तेरा किथे रह गया आखिर ਅਸੀਂ 15 ਮਿੰਟ ਰੁਕਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਘੰਟਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸਭ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ
भाई पता नहीं ये ट्रक पिकअप नहीं ले आया
ਕਾਲਾ ਧੂਆ ਛੱਡੀ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕੀ ਹੋਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਠੀਕ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਕਰ ਜਾਇਆ ਟ੍ਰੈਵਲ ਸਟਾਰ ਡੀਜ਼ਲ ਰਿਪੇਅਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਕੋਲ ਡੀਪੀਐਫ ਕਲੀਨਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਮਾਹਰ ਨੇ ਨਾਲੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਸਰ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਵਾਲੇ ਕਰ ਐਸਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਡੀਪੀਐਫ ਦੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਵਧਦੀ ਹੈ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਊਲ ਐਫੀਸ਼ੀਐਂਸੀ ਵਧਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਹਾਰਸ ਪਾਵਰ ਵੀ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਭਾਈ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਹੀ ਜਾਇਆ ਕਰੂੰ
Computer diagnostic. All things
You can tell the word Vanakkam. Hello in my language. Vanakkam.
Wanna
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it. Want me to write?
Wanna come?
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
That's it. You got all the Tamilians and Indians votes.
Every day, men and women of the United States Marine Corps stand ready
Good. YouTube live.
for the American way of life. With you, the proud Marines.
सुनते रहो प्रोग्राम कुछ आर दियां कुछ बाहर दियां गुरसेवक
सुनते रहो रेडियो मिर्ची 1310 सुनते रहो रेडियो मिर्ची सुनते सुनाते रहो रेडियो मिर्ची 1310 रेडियो मिर्ची 1310
Is that camera right there, right? Yeah. Okay. Facebook.
வணக்கம் அண்ட் வெல்கம் டு தமிழ் சுவாய் நேர்களே. நான் உங்கள் ஆர்ஜே சுதா பேசுகிறேன். உலகத்தில் எந்தெந்த மூலையிலிருந்தும் எந்தெந்த கருவி மூலியமாகவும் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை நீங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொண்டிருக்கீங்களோ எல்லாருக்கும் குட் மார்னிங், குட் ஈவினிங், குட் ஆஃப்டர்நூன் தெரிவிச்சுக்க விரும்புகிறேன். நான் உங்கள் ஆர்ஜே சுதா, என்னோட கூட ஆர்ஜே வெங்கி இருக்காரு.
எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம்.
இது again this is தமிழ் சுவை on ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310. இது வாரந்தோறும் சனிக்கிழமையும் ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமையும் 2 நாளும் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் ஸ்டாண்டர்ட் டைம் மாலை 7 மணிலேருந்து 9 மணி வரைக்கும் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம், பார்க்கலாம், ரசிக்கலாம். அதே டைம் நீங்கள் இந்தியாவிலேருந்து இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் போய் கேட்டுருக்கீங்கனாக்கா இல்லாட்டா வேற எங்கேயாவதுலேருந்து கேட்டுருக்கீங்களானாக்கா இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் உங்களுக்கு இந்தியா டைம் வந்து ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை அண்ட் திங்கட்கிழமை உங்களுக்கு காலையில் 7:30 மணிலேருந்து காலையில் 9:30 மணி வரைக்கும் அதே ப்ரோக்ராம் தான். உங்களுக்கு டைம் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ்னால வேறு மாதிரி தெரியுது. அகெயின் திஸ் இஸ் ஆர்ஜே சுதா ஃப்ரம் தமிழ் சுவை ஆன் ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310. இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து மாற்றி நாங்கள் பாட்டு போட மாட்டோம். பேக் டு பேக் பாட்டு ஒண்டி போடாமல் மாற்றி லொடன்னு அசத்தரமாக பேசாமல் இது ரெண்டுமே இல்லாமல் ரொம்ப ஒரு சுவாரஸ்யமான ஒரு வித்தியாசமான ரேடியோ ப்ரோக்ராம். இது வந்து சுத்தமான தமிழும் இல்லை, சுத்தமான ஆங்கிலமும் இல்லை, ரெண்டும் கலந்த ஒரு சுவாரஸ்யமான ஒரு வித்தியாசமான ரேடியோ ப்ரோக்ராம். இங்கே கொஞ்சம் கருத்து, கொஞ்சம் தேனிசை, கொஞ்சம் மெல்லிசை, கொஞ்சம் மொக்க இசை, கொஞ்சம் விளையாட்டுத்துறை, கொஞ்சம் சினிமா சுவை, கொஞ்சம் அறுசுவை, கொஞ்சம் விருந்தினர் சுவை, கொஞ்சம் கம்யூனிட்டி சேவை சுவை, அது மாதிரி நிறைய எக்கச்சக்கமான சுவைகள் உங்களுக்கு அள்ளி தந்துட்டு இருக்கோம். இன்னி ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு யார் கெஸ்ட்டாக வர போகிறாங்க, யாரெல்லாம் என்னெல்லாம் பேச போகிறாங்க, அதை பற்றி பேசுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம இந்த பாட்டோட நம்ம கெஸ்ட்டை வரவேற்போமா? வெல்கம் பேக் நேர்களே, இது தமிழ் சுவை ஆன் ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310. நான் உங்கள் ஆர்ஜே சுதா பேசுகிறேன். என்னோட கூட ஆர்ஜே வெங்கியும் இருக்காரு. வணக்கம் வெங்கி.
வணக்கம்.
ஒவ்வொரு வாரமும் சொல்ற மாதிரி, ஆனா இன்னைக்கு எக்கச்சக்கமான புது புது ரசிகர்கள், புது புது லிசனர்ஸ்லாம் சேர்ந்திருக்காங்க. அவங்களுக்குலாம் வெல்கம் பண்ற மாதிரி I want to say a few things. இன்னைக்கு மாத்தி மாத்தி தமிழ்ல ஒண்டி இருக்காது, கொஞ்சம் மேஜர் சுந்தரராஜன் பாஷையும் கொஞ்சம் நிறையாவே கலந்துருக்கும். எனக்கு நம்மளோட கெஸ்ட் அது மாதிரி. ஸோ இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் கண்டென்ட்ஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நம்ம ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் மதத்துக்கோ, ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் பொலிட்டிக்கல் பார்ட்டிக்கோ, ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் பொலிட்டிக்கல் லீடருக்கோ நாங்கள் ஆதரவு காமிக்க மாட்டோம். ஆனால் இன்னைக்கு கொஞ்சம் லேசாக கொஞ்சம் பார்ஷியாலிட்டி இருக்கு. ஸோ வாட் வி ட்ரைங் டு சே இஸ் we don't take sides on a specific religion or a specific political party, but today is an exception.
Okay.
And October is the month of anti-bullying. So அது முன்னிட்டு நாங்க வந்து ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் குரூப்புக்கோ, ஒரு ஸ்பெசிஃபிக் யார் ஒரு மதத்துக்கோ யாருக்கும் நாங்கள் ஆன்டி புல்லிங், நாங்கள் ஒன்றுமே புலி பண்ண மாட்டோம், ஷேமாக்கி பேச மாட்டோம். இது எல்லாமே அட் த சேம் டைம் கரண்ட் இவெண்ட்ஸை பற்றி நாங்கள் ரொம்பவே பேச மாட்டோம். அதுக்கு நிறைய சேனல்ஸ் இருக்குது இல்லையா. இன்னும் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து சில பேசிக் பாய்லர் கோட் மாதிரி சில விஷயம் சொல்லிடுறேன். 2 இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் நம்பர்ஸ். நீங்கள் வந்து ஆன் ஏர் எங்களுக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி பேசணுன்னாக்க 408-934-1310. அதுதான் எங்களுக்கு ஆன் ஏர் நம்பர். உங்களுக்கு யாருக்காவது ஹாப்பி பர்த்டே சொன்னோமா, இன்னைக்கு எங்களுக்கு கெஸ்ட் இருக்காங்க அவரோட பேசணுமா, 2 கெஸ்ட் இருக்காங்க அவங்களோட பேசணுமா, இல்லை வேறு ஏதாவது சொல்லணுமா, உங்களுக்கு நவராத்திரி வருது அதை பற்றி ஏதாவது சொல்லணுமா, அதை பற்றி தாராளமாக எங்களுக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி சொல்லலாம். அது நம்பர் அந்த 408-934-1310. அதை தவிர்த்து அவங்களுக்கு சேல்ஸ், எங்களோட தமிழ் சுவைக்கு உங்களுக்கு ப்ராடக்ட் எதாவது இருக்குது, இல்லை புதுசாக சர்வீஸ் எதாவது ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கீங்க, ரியல் எஸ்டேட் சர்வீஸ் என்ன மாதிரி சர்வீஸாக இருந்தாலும் அது வந்து எங்கள் தமிழ் சுவை பிளாட்ஃபார்மை அவங்களை யூஸ் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட் பண்ணணும்னாக்க தாராளமாக எங்களுக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணலாம். 408-802-9077 தான் எங்கள் நம்பர். நாங்களும் ரவுடி தான் மாதிரி, நாங்களும் டெக்கி தான் காமிக்கிறதுக்கு வந்து நாங்கள் வந்து இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை வந்து வெறும் ரேடியோ ப்ரோக்ராம் ஒண்டி இல்லாமல் ஏறக்குறை கொஞ்சம் டிவி ப்ரோக்ராம் மாதிரி போயிட்டுருக்கு. நாங்கள் ஃபேஸ்புக் லைவில் போயிட்டுருக்கோம், அதே மாதிரி யூடியூப் லைவ்லேயும் போயிட்டுருக்கோம். ஃபேஸ்புக் லைவா என்னங்க அப்படின்னாக்க கேட்கலாம். நீங்கள் ஃபேஸ்புக் லைவ்னாக்கா உங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக் அக்கௌண்ட் இருந்தாக்கா நீங்கள் தமிழ் சுவை TAMIZH SUVAI அதுதான் எங்கள் தமிழ் சுவைங்கிறது எங்களோட ஃபேஸ்புக் பேஜ். அதை நீங்கள் ஃபாலோ பண்ணிங்கனாக்கா, உங்கள் லைக் போட்டிங்கனாக்கா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக நீங்கள் வந்து உங்களுக்கு எப்போவெல்லாம் நாங்கள் ஆன்லைன் போகிறோமோ, அப்பப்போ நாங்கள் லைவ் போகிறோமோ அப்போல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு நோட்டிஃபிகேஷன் வரும். நீங்கள் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலாக பார்க்கலாம், எங்களை பார்க்கலாம். இது ரேடியோ ப்ரோக்ராம் ஒண்டி இல்லாமல் ரேடியோ ப்ரோக்ராம் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஜென்ரேஷனுக்கு கூட்டிகிட்டு போகிற மாதிரி இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம். அதே மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக் என்னங்க டேட்டா மைனிங், டேட்டா ஹார்வெஸ்டிங், என்னமோ எலெக்ஷன்லாம் என்னமோ சொல்கிறாங்களே, அது எங்களுக்கு தான் வாண்டாங்க, எங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக்லாம் வேண்டாம், நாங்கள் கொஞ்சம் தனியாகவே நிற்கிறோம்னாக்கா நோ ப்ராப்ளம். யூடியூப் ஆக்சஸ் இருக்கும். நீங்கள் யூடியூப் போய் ஆர்ஜே சுதா தமிழ் சுவை லைவ் தேடி பாருங்கள், கட்டாயம் கிடைக்கும். இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் நீங்கள் லைவாக கேட்கலாம். அஃப்கோர்ஸ் இருக்கவே ரேடியோ நீங்கள் 1310 AM நீங்கள் டியூன் பண்ணிங்கனாக்கா தாராளமாக இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை நீங்கள் கேட்கலாம். தட் இஸ் சான் ஃப்ரான்சிஸ்கோ பே ஏரியாவில் இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா. சப்போஸ் இங்கே தள்ளி கொஞ்சம் இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, suppose you are let's say Hayward or Union City அது மாதிரி ஏரியாவில் இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, the radio channel to tune in is 92.3 FM I believe. பட் எனி கேஸ் இந்த ப்ரோக்ராம் வந்து ஆப் மூலிமா கூட கேட்கலாம். நீங்கள் ஆப்பிள் ஸ்டோர் மூலிமா நீங்கள் ஆப் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணலாம்ட்டா, நீங்கள் கூகுள் ப்ளே ஆப்ஸ் மூலிமா நீங்கள் ஆப் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணலாம். என்ன ஆப்னு கேட்டிங்கனாக்கா, திஸ் இஸ் ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310 AM ஆப். நீங்கள் டவுன்லோட் பண்ணுங்கள். பாஸ் பட்டன் இருக்கும், ப்ளே பட்டன் இருக்கும், கால் பேக் டு லிசன் ஒரு பட்டன் இருக்கும். ஜஸ்ட் ப்ளே பட்டன் ஒன்றே போடுங்க, கேட்டுட்டே இருங்க. ஒரு குட் திங் அபவுட் ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ் இஸ் நீங்கள் பேசுறது எங்களுக்கு கேட்கவே கேட்காதுங்க, ஆனால் நாங்கள் பேசுறது தான் உங்களுக்கு கேட்கும். நீங்கள் மாட்டுக்கு ப்ரெஷர் குக்கர் வைக்கிறீங்களோ, சமைக்கிறீங்களோ, பசங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது கணக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்குறீங்களோ, அதில் மாட்டுக்கு பேக்கில் நடந்துட்டு இருக்கும். ஆனால் எங்களோட இனிமையான ப்ரோக்ராம், இனிமையான பாட்டு, இனிமையான கெஸ்ட் எல்லா குரலும் உங்களுக்கு கேட்டுகிட்டே இருக்கும். வேற என்ன சொல்லலாம் இன்னைக்கு? அதே மாதிரி சொன்ன மாதிரி ஃபேஸ்புக் ப்ரொஃபைல் ஆர்ஜே சுதா இருக்கு. நான் ஆர்ஜே சுதா, என்னோட ப்ரொஃபைல் ஆர்ஜே சுதா. பட் எங்களோட ஃபேஸ்புக் பேஜ் வந்து தமிழ் சுவை TAMIZH SUVAI. தமிழுக்கு தானேங்க அழகு, அது ஏழாதான் TAMIZH SUVAI. உங்களுக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணி பேசணுன்னாக்கா திரும்பி ஆன் ஏர் 408-934-1310. எங்களுக்கு ஃபோன்லாம் இருந்துங்க பக்கத்து, நீங்கள் நேராக வந்து பேசினாக்கா பேசுவீங்க, நாங்கள் ஃபோன் வீட்டுக்கெலாம் ஃபோன் பண்ணால் பேசுவீங்க. ஆனால் ஆயிரக்கணக்கான பேர் கேட்டுருக்காங்க இந்த ப்ரோக்ராமை. நாங்கள் பேசினாக்கா கொஞ்சம் பல்லுலாம் அப்படி இப்படி உதறுங்கனாக்கா நாட் அ ப்ராப்ளம். நீங்கள் ஃபேஸ்புக்கில் இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா எங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக்கில் நீங்கள் ஐஎம் பண்ணலாம். இல்லாட்டாக்கா நீங்கள் இமெயில் கூட அனுப்பணும், tamizhsuvai@radiomirchi1310.com. அதுக்கு இமெயில் பண்ணுங்கள். நாங்கள் கட்டாயம் வில் கெட் பேக் டு யூ as soon as possible. ஸோ அதை சொல்லிட்டு ஃபேஸ்புக் லைவ் போயிட்டுருக்கு. யாரெல்லாம் லாகின் பண்ணியிருக்காங்கன்னு பார்க்கலாம். நிறைய பேர் ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்காங்க. சத்யராஜ் ஆனந்தன் ஹலோ. அப்புறம் பன்னீர் செல்வம் குட் மார்னிங் சொல்லியிருக்காரு. குட் ஈவினிங் பன்னீர் செல்வம்.
சீஃப் மினிஸ்டர்
ஹாரி அலெக்ஸ், ராதிகா ஹரீஷ், பெனடிக் அருள். கொஞ்சம் சில பேர் தான் இப்போ ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஐ திங்க் பீப்புள் ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் ஜாயினிங் இன், பட் ஐம் ஷூர் த லாட் ஆஃப் பீப்புள். இன்னைக்கு என்ன பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா ஸ்பெஷல் கெஸ்ட் யார் என்ன அதெல்லாம் பேசுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி இன்னும் சில விஷயம் சொல்லணும்னு நினச்சிட்டு இருக்கேன். நேத்திக்கு என்ன நடந்தது தமிழ் சுவை ப்ரோக்ராம்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா நம்மளுக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி டேலண்டட், எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி பிரில்லியன்ட் ரெண்டு ஒருத்தர் வந்து கவிதையாக கொட்டினார், ஒருத்தர் வந்து வீணையா வாசிச்சு தள்ளினார். யாருன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா முதல் கெஸ்ட் இதுக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா நம்ம முதல் கெஸ்ட் டாக்டர் கவிதாசன். அவர் பேர் என்ன, சிந்தனை கவிஞர். சிந்தனை கவிஞர் என்னன்னா நம்ம ரொம்ப சிந்திக்க வச்சுட்டார். நானும் வீட்டுக்கு போய் யோசிச்சு பார்த்தேன், எப்படி பொல நம்ம மூச்சு விடுற மாதிரி அவருக்கு கவிதையாக கொட்டுறதுன்னு ஆச்சரியப்பட்டேன். அவ்வளோ நல்லா பேசினாங்க. அது வந்து ஹி இஸ் ஸ்பெஷலிஸ்ட் இன் எமோஷனல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ். நம்ம ஐக்யூ பார்த்துருக்கோம், நம்ம இக்யூ வந்து இப்போ பீப்புள் ஆர் டாக்கிங் மோர் அண்ட் மோர் அபவுட் இக்யூ. இக்யூனாக்க என்ன, ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வந்து உங்களை நோக்கி ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி வந்தாக்க அது உங்களுக்கு அதிர்ஷ்டம். நீங்கள் வந்து ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி நோக்கி நீங்கள் போனீங்கன்னாக்கா அதுதான் சாமர்த்தியம். வந்து ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டியே ஒரு பெரிய பெரிய வாய்ப்பாக நீங்கள் யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னாக்கா தட் இஸ் அ ரியல் ட்ரூ ஸ்மார்ட்னஸ்னாக்கா ஒவ்வொரு நீங்கள் டோன்ட் லூஸ் ட்ராக் ஆஃப் டைம். எல்லா டைமும் நீங்கள் அக்கௌண்ட் பண்ணுங்கள். அப்போ தான் நீங்கள் வாழ்க்கையில் முன்னேற முடியும். நம்ம நிறைய பசங்களுக்கு அவர் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா ஹீ இஸ் அ PhD இன் எமோஷனல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ், செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் ஃபவுண்டேஷன் ஃபவுண்டர். அண்ட் போய் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா செல்ஃப் எஸ்டீம் அண்ட் செல்ஃப் கான்ஃபிடன்ஸ் பற்றி நிறைய எழுதியிருக்காரு. அது தவிர்த்து தோராயமாக ஒரு 50 அவார்ட்ஸ் வேறு வாங்கியிருக்காரு. அண்ட் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் 2017 மாத்திரம் 40,000 ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு அவர் எமோஷனல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ்னால் என்ன, அது எப்படி நம்ம சாதாரண இருக்கிற லெவலில் நம்ம நெக்ஸ்ட் லெவல் எப்படி எமோஷனல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் தான். ஐக்யூ பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா ஐக்யூ டெஸ்ட்லாம் நிறையவே இருக்கும் பார்த்தீங்க. ஆனால் இக்யூன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா அது த வே தே மெஷர் இக்யூ இஸ் டோட்டலி டிஃப்ரெண்ட். இக்யூ வந்து உங்களோட சக்ஸஸ் இக்யூ தான் உங்களுக்கு நிர்ணயிக்கப்படுறது. இக்யூ ப்ளஸ் ஐக்யூ 0 இருந்தாக்கா கொஞ்சம் போராதுங்க. பட் காம்பினேஷன் ஆஃப் ஐக்யூ அண்ட் இக்யூ இஸ் வாட் மேக்ஸ் யூ சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல். ஜஸ்ட் லைக்
என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னா இக்யூ NEQ IQ அப்படின்றீங்க.
NEQ IQ. அப்புறம்
எல்லாம் திரும்பி சொல்லுங்க.
அப்புறம் ரெண்டாவது கெஸ்ட் இதுக்கு யார் வந்தாங்கன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா டாக்டர் N முரளிகிருஷ்ணா. ஆக்சுவலி அவர் வந்து ரிப்பீட் கெஸ்ட். அவர் வந்து பயங்கரமான வீண வித்வான். என்ன சொல்றீங்க வெங்கி? வண்டர்ஃபுல். அவர் சதர்ன் கலிஃபோர்னியாவில் ஒரு வர்ச்சுவல் சதர்ன் கலிஃபோர்னியாலேருந்து ஹி டீச்சர்ஸ் வீணை அண்ட் கீபோர்ட். ஆனாக்கா அவரோட ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் வந்து வெறும் சதர்ன் கலிஃபோர்னியா ஒண்டி இல்லாமல் உலகம் பூரா அவரோட பாட்டு மியூசிக் அண்ட் கிளாஸஸ் எல்லாமே நடக்குது. எப்படின்னாக்கா டெக்னாலஜி மூலிமா நம்ம வாரம் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கோம், டெக்னாலஜி எப்படி நம்ம டே டு டே லைஃப் எப்படி மாற்றிட்டு வந்துட்டு இருக்குன்னு அவரும் மாற்றிட்டு இருக்காரு. அதுவும் அது அட்வான்டேஜ் எடுத்து தன்னோட வீணை கிளாஸ் ஆஸ்திரேலியா மெல்பர்ன்லேருந்து அலாஸ்காலேருந்து வரைக்கும் எல்லாருக்கும் வீணை சொல்லி கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்கார். இஃப் யூ வாண்ட் டு கெட் இன் டச் வித் ஹிம் NMK தேடி பாருங்க, கட்டாயம் வில் பி ஏபிள் டு கெட் இட். இதுதான் இந்த செக்ஷன். அடுத்த செக்ஷன் நம்ம போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி யாரும் நேற்றுக்கு கேட்டாங்க ஒரு பியூட்டிஃபுல் இளையராஜா பாட்டு. நெக்ஸ்ட் இது போட்டுட்டு நம்ம கெஸ்ட் நம்ம இன்வைட் பண்ணிடலாம். Tamizh Suvai on Radio Mirchi 1310. நேத்திக்கு இந்த பாட்டு NMK-க்காக போட முடியல, அதனால் இன்னைக்கு போட்டோம். நாங்கள் ஒரு கம்ப்ளீட்னஸ் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு, அந்த ஒரு பாடி ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் கொடுக்கறது நேற்று ப்ரோக்ராம்காக. இன்னி ப்ரோக்ராமுக்கு தீம் என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, அமெரிக்காவில் நடக்க போகுது மிட் டேர்ம் எலெக்ஷன்ஸ். நம்ம ஊரில் பை எலெக்ஷன்ஸில் பாட்டி சொல்லுவாங்க. பை எலெக்ஷனாக்கா ஒரு தலைவர் ஃபுல் டேர்மில் போயிட்டு நடுவில் மண்டையை போட்டாருனாக்கா திருப்பி அது எலெக்ஷன் போடுவாங்க. இல்லாட்டா ஃபார் சம் ரீசன் ஹிஸ் டேர்ம் இஸ் பி டெர்மினேட்டட், ஃபுல் டேர்ம் போக முடியாமல் நடுவில் நிறுத்திட்டாங்கனாக்கா அது பை எலெக்ஷன் சொல்லுவாங்க. இந்த ஊரை மிட் டேர்ம் எலெக்ஷன்றாங்க. மிட் டேர்ம் எலெக்ஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா 2018 எலெக்ஷன்ஸ் இன் யுனைடெட் ஸ்டேட்ஸ் இன்னைக்கு நடக்கும். பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா இட் இஸ் டியூஸ்டே November 6th 2018. ஆல் தீஸ் ரேசஸ் ரிகார்ட்லெஸ், அது வந்து ஸ்டேட் லெவலாக இருக்கட்டும், சிட்டி லெவலாக இருக்கட்டும், இல்லாட்டா ஃபெடரல் லெவலாக இருக்கட்டும், வாட் எவர் இட் இஸ் பீங் அட்மினிஸ்டர்ட் பட் இந்த எலெக்ஷன் எல்லாமே இண்டிவிஜுவல் ஸ்டேட் லெவலில் தான் நடக்கிறது, ஃபெடரல் லெவலுக்கு நடக்கிறது இல்லை. These midterm elections will take place in the middle of the Republican President Donald Trump's tenure. All 435 seats in the United States House of Representatives and 35 out of the 100 seats in the United States Senate will be contested. Correct? In addition, 39 state and territorial governorship as well as numerous other state and local elections will be contested. So that is the bottom line. Today we have two extremely very important guests today. The first person here, he's live here in the studio, is the mayor of Milpitas, Rich Tran. Welcome, Rich Tran.
Hey, how you doing, RJ? Thank you for having me. Vanakkam.
Vanakkam. Right. That was good. You had to let it out. Huh?
I learned it from the best. Yeah.
I challenge any other city in California or any other city in the United States that can present an equally or little better, good-looking, young and smart and techie mayor. We take it as a challenge, guys. Presenting Rich Tran here. He's a mayor of Milpitas. Rich Tran, welcome again.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having me on Radio Mirchi.
First time, you should say Tamizh Suvai. Can you try Tamizh Suvai?
Tamizh Suvai.
You got it.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Just like that.
Straight off the bat. We thought it'll take a few tries and, we can go for a, drink or something
break
like
or
that, right?
something like that.
Yeah.
So when I first saw you right outside, you were actually ahead of us. You came in.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know if you wanted to admit that, but yeah, I got here before you.
Yeah, but when I thought the mayor is going to come to my radio station, I thought he's going to have he's going to be surrounded by security guards. He's going to be coming in coat and suit and everything else.
Right.
But then here you are in shorts and Milpitas High School hoodie.
That's right. Yeah.
Hoodie.
Limited edition.
Limited edition, of course.
And where are the Secret Service agents, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for those who can't see us, as I told you, Milpitas is proud to have a young, energetic, very good-looking mayor. We challenge, as I said, any other city in the United States, any part of the world, to have an equally good-looking, young, and energetic.
Okay, I think that's enough of that.
So with the Silicon Valley, Rich, boasting about techie and everything, all the Asian parents want their children to be either an engineer or a doctor, maybe a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
You chose a different path. You have a master's in public administration from New York University, School of Public Service.
Mm-hmm.
You also have double masters. You have a master of social work from San Jose State University, a local, and you also have a bachelor of arts in political science and sociology from UCLA.
That's right.
And more than anything else, you're a proud Milpitas local boy.
That's my favorite degree, student diploma. My favorite certificate, Milpitas High School.
Milpitas High School.
Class of 2003.
You make us all so proud.
Thank you.
So proud.
And you mentioned earlier, before we were on the radio, that your daughter is at the high school,
yes,
so
yes.
they might be listening.
Sanjana.
Sanjana is not only listening, she's told all her Instagram followers to be listening.
That's
and,
cool.
All the other parents who have their children going to Milpitas High everybody has a phone now, so everybody is listening, watching by Facebook or whatever, but they're all tuned in.
Hey, shout out to the Milpitas High School Trojans out there.
Hey,
tomorrow's a holiday, right? Is tomorrow a holiday for the high school?
Yeah.
For Columbus
Tomorrow's
Day?
holiday. Yeah.
Okay, so party on.
So tell us about this unconventional path that you have taken, not being a techie. I'm sure there was pressure from your parents
I
to
was.
go on to take on technical line of profession, but you chose a public service profession. Tell us the journey and what made you take that.
Yeah, absolutely. My journey is really a Milpitas journey,
Yeah.
and I feel like I am a representative today of what this community can produce, which is someone that is making a difference in our society.
Absolutely.
Whether it's technology or science or the arts, I think we all can play a role. But yeah, when I was young, you know, kind of the thing was to get into technology or science, to also go to a University of California school. That was kind of the big deal growing
Be as
up.
local as you can.
Yep. And so I did explore actually coding when I was in the 8th grade. But I.
So did you also go to a middle school here?
I did. So I went to Russell Middle School,
All right.
and also went to Pomeroy Elementary. And so
Oh, you're as local as it can
Yeah,
get.
and I was on one street really growing up,
Okay.
and it was a great opportunity, a very stable environment.
Very nice. What kind of kid were you growing up as a student?
Okay,
Were you
wow.
like a friend bencher who would always raise hand and have all the answers for any question that would be, or you-
I would sit in the front.
Okay.
I wouldn't know all the answers, but I really liked to have the teacher's attention.
Nice.
And I was very active. I wouldn't say I would have all the right answers to all the questions. I wouldn't say I had the perfect grades, but I definitely had a lot of heart and effort.
Very nice. Very good. Very good. You're also the first hometown kid born to immigrant parents, and the very first time in 32 years of Milpitas history, we have a local kid who's now become the mayor.
Yeah.
People coming from different city, different originality, whatever it is, but you're a full local kid. Could you walk us through your journey? I mean, besides walking across the same street on Sudha Drive from day one through your high school days, could you walk us through your career? I mean, and what made you choose politics over something else?
Yeah, I'll share with you as kind of concisely as possible.
No, you can take it.
Okay, great. Well, you know, I started off in Milpitas in the 4th grade, and we settled here in Milpitas, and I attended elementary school here. I was a real part of the community. I did organized sports, and I got to know a lot of the families, which really to this day has helped me gain the public's trust and support, because I'm Rich Tran. I grew up with your daughter, your son, your nephew, your niece. I went to sat next to you in church, or you know, was a teammate of your child. I was in the Milpitas Post for something, you know, as a student. And so just fast forward, after high school, I went on to UCLA, and that's where I got an interest in political science. And so I have a double major from UCLA.
Okay.
So I have a bachelor's in sociology and political science. And then after that, you know, I graduated in 2007 from UCLA. I can't believe it's been over 10 years now. But I was the first kind of class out of university that went into the Great Recession. And I was actually working for a bank in Pasadena. I was at the Ritz-Carlton all the time for meetings. I was the youngest person on my sales team at the bank. I was 22 years old. And then the mortgage meltdown happened, and that bank I worked for, IndyMac Bank, it went bankrupt.
Okay.
And so I ended up working. I had an apartment, my own apartment downtown Los Angeles, in the historic district on Spring Street, and I was worried because I lost my fancy job, and there were no jobs out there.
Oh, goodness. Which year was this?
It was 2008 now.
2008.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
2008, and I ended up getting a job at this Asian fusion restaurant down the street from my apartment. It was called Volcano Cafe, and so I was a waiter.
Fancy name.
I know, and there's a walk back there, you get it, right? And so I remember I was waiting tables, and just to make my rent and finish up my lease. I mean, I had a pretty nice fancy building. A lot of Hollywood actors were living there. There's a pool on the 14th floor, so it was fun for a young person. But you know, when I was working at that restaurant, I was trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life. Business is bad,
Yeah.
and I would watch TV and I would see Barack Obama, and he was going through his primaries. He was going through the campaign trail, and I just remember watching him, thinking, this person might be the answer to this country's, hardship during that year, because there's no other candidate that was bringing solutions like he was. And so I really appreciated that, and I was watching his journey, and he inspired me. And so I went back to school. I said, let me find a career in public service, and so that's when I went back.
Oh, actually,
Yeah.
you did that. After
Yeah.
waiting tables, you
Yeah.
actually went on to apply for your master's
Mhm.
at UCLA. Is it?
Yeah, no, actually, so I applied for my master's at San Jose State for social work.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I wanted to do community organizing,
Mm-hmm.
because I was inspired.
Obama was a community organizer.
That's right, absolutely. And so he's kind of a theme in my political career, even though I don't agree with everything that he's done or said. But he has been the one that's inspired me, and I do support many of his policies. But so I came back home and got my master's in social work from San Jose State. I was back here in Milpitas, catching up with folks because I've been in LA for 4 years, having too much fun on Hollywood and Sunset. And then after I got my social work degree, I said the economy was still recovering. And I knew that I didn't want to be a frontline worker forever, and I wanted to get into management one day. So that's when I went to NYU for a master's in public administration at their Wagner School of Public Service. And it was such an incredible experience being in New York City. And I was there for 3 years. I loved every minute. I grew up a lot. I grew up a lot. I left my land of small cornfields, Milpitas, and I went to New York City. And I did great things.
That's a huge
Yeah.
change. Okay.
I mean, from Milpitas to Los Angeles to New York City and then back to Milpitas. Wow.
So I've been, I think in my 20s, I really was just chasing life.
Yeah.
And I didn't take it slow at all. And so after New York,
What did that life teach you?
life taught me that the people in your life are very important, and you have to really have kind of the best people around you. That was probably the biggest lesson I
It's
got
a
in my
very
20s.
easy. You could have as well gotten backwards in life. You could have got discouraged by the way the job market was,
Right.
the real estate buzz was, but you did not. That did not slow
No,
you down.
plus having Barack Obama as an inspiration,
Yeah.
right, always helps.
Yeah, yeah.
At that age, right? When you're seeking answers about your own future, and then there is someone out there that's faced struggles through his life, and then
Absolutely.
risen to the top. That always is a pretty good guide to
Yeah.
achieving your goals in future.
Absolutely. I'm always looking for inspiration.
Yeah.
A life, you live life, and I think inspiration is for me what keeps me going, even throughout all the adversity.
Yeah.
And so, and then New York was great, and I ended up coming back to Milpitas, and that was 4 years ago. In the past 4 years I've been here in Milpitas. I jumped into local politics, and in 2014 I ran for city council. I got third place. A lot of people don't know. They think I just, signed
Walked
up
in
to
as
be the
mayor.
mayor, and
Yeah.
people think I just walked in because I'm so relaxed, I think. But I'm not the type to show stress. I'm not the type to show or to communicate to you that my life has been hard. When you sit here with me, you're gonna feel like life is great, and I'm very much an optimist. But I've had a journey to being the mayor. 2014, I ran for city council. I got third. I missed it by about 1,000 votes,
Okay.
and it's hard to lose. I have sympathy for all these candidates out there this year that they're running for the first time.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. You're really
You need to
Yeah.
you need to set a base, right? And setting up the
Mhm.
base is so important for
Absolutely.
people to know you, and you've already done that. You've done
absolutely.
it as a council person, and now already
Oh,
as a
no,
person.
no. I was never a council person.
He came third.
Yeah, I came
Almost,
third. Yeah,
almost.
almost.
there,
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like you said, building the base.
Building the base.
I still
is-
had a base even though I lost. I had 3,000 people that
people
were
knew
behind
you
me.
just by standing. for election,
Exactly.
people knew you. Okay.
And so in 2016, I ran for mayor.
Okay.
And so instead of starting at 0 votes, I was starting at 3,000 votes, you see.
Nice.
So I had that base that you're talking about.
Nice.
And so I ended up adding 5,000 more votes, got to 8,600 votes, and we won 2 years ago, 44 out of 45 neighborhoods, and I love Milpitas.
Wow.
Absolutely. And so, I have lost, and I know what it feels like, and I know what it takes to win, and that's why this year I'm very excited to continue the journey and put Milpitas families first.
Wow, nice. I didn't realize there were 45 neighborhoods,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Milpitas is big.
It is big. So you've also done, you've been very active in the community. You've been an assistant football coach besides your academics.
Mm-hmm.
I've been keeping track of you. Assistant football coach of the Milpitas High School.
Mm-hmm. Go Trojans.
And camp counselor for Camp Every Town.
Yep, Camp Every Town,
yeah.
Milpitas High School students, you know what's up.
And the benefit concert director for Friends of Hugh Foundation.
Mhm.
Workshop presenter, Union of North American Vietnamese Student
Yeah,
Association.
yeah.
Tell us about your Vietnamese background. What kind of upbringing did you have? One was the society raising you. You had an idol like Obama to look upon, to draw inspiration upon, although you said you didn't.
When I was younger, yep.
And what was it at the home front? What did your parents ask you to become? Did they set some kind of a ground rule saying, okay, you have to be doing this one, or you have to be making at least so much money to thrive in this Bay Area? Was there any
Mhm.
ground rule at all, or
Mhm.
was it all free hands? What
Yeah,
kind of family,
definitely.
support do you have?
Yeah, definitely. I think typically when you meet a person, they're influenced by their family.
Yes.
Whether it's their career or political party. I think most folks are the same political party as their parents. And so, to your question, I actually grew up with a single mother here in Milpitas. Yeah, my parents split when I was 7 years old, and I grew up with a single mom, and she worked very hard. And growing up, she just always told me to stay out of trouble. She never actually pressured me to be any type of career. She just wanted me to do my best. She never even pressured me to go to college so much, which I question sometimes, but she just wanted for me to be happy and to have a strong work ethic. My mother used to go to the Berryessa flea market over here and kind of be a merchant, and sometimes I would go over there with her. Within the Vietnamese community, we also have.
She must be so proud of you.
Yeah, absolutely. She's the proudest mom. She's the proudest mom in all the county. There's over 135,000 Vietnamame Americans and immigrants here in the county, and I'm that person to be the first Vietnamese American mayor, and I'm proud of that. But I'm also proud to be the first Milpitas Trojan also elected to the mayor. I always have to say that.
Okay. And you said Barack Obama was your inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Any specific lesson that you learned from him?
Yeah,
Work hard, he was a hard worker for sure. And
Yeah, absolutely.
He believed in his principles.
Yeah, I'm always watching and observing and learning. I have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and I'm always listening more than I'm talking. And except for the radio, but but yeah, definitely. I learned a lot just about how to carry oneself, how to have kind of a strategy when you're in politics and communication and getting your point across.
Yeah.
Oftentimes in public policy making and politics, you have to deliver your kind of product, your policy, and it has to go through a lot of people and a lot of systems in our government. And so I learned a lot about Barack Obama when he was communicating his public policy through the American bureaucratic and government system.
It's not easy being a politician. Especially you start from, as you said, from the base that you start from a mayor. Maybe you never know, you might be the president of the United States someday, but you start, at least you have a step into the political career at some point in life. That's good. And you've been the mayor of Milpitas for about 2 years now. For some reason, I thought all the cities have the mayorship for 4 years, but I came to know through you today that it's only for 2 years. Could you tell us why some cities have 2 years and why some of them have 4 years?
Yeah, definitely. Each city in America is different, and it all comes down to the residents and voters. And through a general election or just an election among the voters can decide how they want to structure their government.
Really?
Mhm.
Huh.
So some cities it's 4 years as the mayor.
Mhm.
The term limits are different. Some cities there's term limits. Some there are no limits.
Oh, there are no
Yeah,
limits.
yeah, and also just the salary and the being part time or full time. And so here in Milpitas, the mayor is only a 2-year term, and I believe that was decided by the voters in the late 70s because the voters at the time, the residents here, they didn't want the mayor to have too much power. And so all our council members are 4-year terms, and the mayor's a 2-year term. I think it's a check and balance sort of thing. I don't know what happened back then, but
Yeah.
I'm paying for it now.
It is actually, actually people are paying for it. Having an election, a mayoral election, or any municipal election every 2 years is it's for a city like Milpitas size and
Yeah.
economy, it is a lot of expense for the people, for the government, everything, because the whole thing is a process to,
Right.
you have to garner so much of support and money and everything else to move forward and conduct an election, leave alone counting and do everything else that follows it. If I have to ask you, what were your highlights as a mayor? What have you accomplished? I'm your boss, okay, today. And
You're
what
my
will-
boss. You're a resident
we're
here.
doing
and
a
voter.
performance review.
Yeah, yeah, oh, yeah.
What do you think are the major highlights of your mayorship for the past 2 years? I know 2 years is just barely enough to establish yourself, but what do you think? What are the different areas you focused on?
Mhm.
Which do you think takes the highest piece of credit?
Yeah, definitely. I think if you do a performance evaluation on the mayor or any council member, elected official, there's more than one way to look at it. One, you can look at the public policy. That's one. Two, you can look at the community engagement and trust. And then three, you can look at the kind of the health of the city. And so those are the three performance measures that I focus on when I look at my job. From a public policy standpoint, I'm more progressive than the last mayor. He was more conservative. Not saying that I'm not conservative, but I do realize that there are needs in the community. So from a public policy standpoint, I'm proud of the 15% affordable housing set aside for any new residential
What is
homes.
that affordable residence thing about?
Yeah, so it's affordable housing. It is to use tax dollars to create kind of low income housing.
Very nice.
And these aren't just for the general public. A lot of misconceptions out there. These aren't homes for regular people that you're going to get hooked up. These are homes for our seniors, our disabled, even veterans, and those with other conditions, or even families that are down on their luck. Families, maybe single parent households with multiple children, the vulnerable in our community. And our city never kind of imposed a affordable housing impact fee on all these real estate developers, good people too, who actually do like giving back to the community. So I'm a little more progressive than the conservative that was prior to me, and with the support of the council, we were able to pass a 15% affordable housing impact fee or set aside. And so now any new homes development that comes in with 10 units or more, they have to set aside 15% of all the units for affordable housing, or they'll have to pay a fee that's kind of equal to the value. We'll take that money, we'll put it in our affordable housing fee fund to work on affordable housing projects separately.
Excellent. That is very nice.
Yeah, I heard San Jose also has something similar.
Yes.
Similar
Yes.
policy that they had implemented.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And anything else?
Yeah, there's so many policies. The Pines neighborhood over here on South Main Street, they had parking issues.
Yes.
So I pushed through a permanent parking program with the support of the council. We were able to do it. Even massage parlors in Milpitas. Public health is important to me, and so I did push forward a proposal for stricter massage parlor regulations. The air, the odor in Milpitas. I'm currently exploring a air quality monitoring system. All attempts to mitigate the odor and fight the odor of the landfill have shown nothing as we sit here in Milpitas on certain days.
Yeah.
And so there's a whole list of things that I'm so proud of. Gonna be putting that out pretty soon on Facebook and all the digital channels. But also, aside from public policy making, there's other kind of performance measures I was mentioning, and so community and public trust is a huge thing. Made a lot of changes in City Hall. Literally in City Hall, there were concerns in City Hall, which I can't get into too much, but I was able to shine the flashlight in the dark areas that needed that to happen appropriately. The community, so much love on Facebook. Shout out to everybody watching on Facebook Live right now. RJ's channel, my channel, I'm sharing it. Thanks for tuning in. We're here in Milpitas at Radio Murchie on Hillview. And the community's been behind me so much, thanks to social media. I'm the first elected official in Milpitas to be on Facebook.
Nice.
Like wide open, I mean, not just the personal page that's private, but I'm taking all questions.
One thing I have to tell you that I went into your
In fact, we
website.
talked about this prior to the show, right?
Yeah, we went to your website, I think, or was it the city's website, and your calendar is actually up for everybody to see. I'm here this day, I'm doing this day I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And there was also on Nextdoor app, there was an email that talked about the upcoming elections, and you said something, if you want to reach out to me, call me on this number.
Yeah.
And then boom, I called you on that number, and you actually picked up the phone.
It's right here.
It was a test call,
That was a
right?
test call, and it really worked. Let's play the song, and we'll be right back.
This is getting good.
Yeah.
This is getting good.
Yeah, sorry. We were getting traffic before the program. How do people find you? Are they on social media? Or do we have to go to something online?
I want to be the best here for you, for every family, and I want you to say to any of your friends anywhere in the world that our mayor is there for us. It's only a call away. And I think I also want the city to be the best it can be. I don't think we're close to the best we can be in the city. And I want Milpitas to be the best city in America. And I do have these ideas that can get us in that right direction. I just need more time. I couldn't do it in 2 years. I thought I need another term.
I'm blown away. What you're able to do in 2 years, it takes time.
Yeah.
Maybe this should come up as to the voters again.
Yeah.
Change the term.
வெல்கம் பேக். இது தமிழ் சுவை ஆன் ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310. இன்னைக்கு நம்ம அமெரிக்காவில் நடக்கிற midterm elections பற்றி பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். More specifically about the municipal elections, mayor elections of the councilman elections வருது. நம்மளோட first guest ஓட பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். This is we're talking to Rich Tran, mayor of Milpitas.
And I think for Milpitas mayor, this is a full-term election, not a midterm, right?
Yes,
It's
it
midterm
is.
only for.
We just got
At a
some
national
clearing
level.
that the Milpitas mayorship holds good only for 2 years.
I'm still
Yeah,
shocked
yeah.
it's only 2 years.
Yeah, by the time you realize where the pen and who's reporting to you,
Ah.
It's over, right?
but you've
Yeah.
already accomplished so much. That is wonderful.
I have. It's been quite a blessing.
That's very good. We are blessed. What are the common? Okay, maybe I should ask you this. Maybe what are the common misconceptions of a mayor? You opened my eyes on one misconception. When I thought when I walked in, I thought I'll see security guard, I'll see
Mhm.
a guy with a coat. and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
You're here more simply dressed than me, than an RJ. Tell me what you typically see, the typical, what do people think a mayor is, but actually what's the reality behind it?
Okay, definitely. Yeah, I think for each city, each mayor is different, and the mayor is kind of a symbolic of the community. And with me, I'm coming from the family side of this city, having actually been a young person growing up here and being a part of countless family programs. And you see other politicians wear suits and they got the fancy hair that they blow dry, and the fancy shoes and the luxury cars. For me, I'm just a pretty simple mayor.
What kind of car do you drive?
Yeah, all right. So yeah, I've been driven
I saw a Ferrari parked outside.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
that's,
yours?
no, that's my other one. Yeah. No, I've driven I brought a brand new car 4 years ago, a Toyota Prius,
Nice.
and it's been treating me well. I do about 15,000 miles a year, and my gas tank's about $30 every fill up.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely. I'm in the community. I'm coming in a Milpitas High School sweater, the greatest high school in the land, and
Of course.
some New Balances because I've been out there in the community all day talking to residents, and staying close to the people that support me.
Very nice. Any misconceptions like when you are not a mayor versus when you are when you are just watching a mayor function and you think, oh, mayor is going to do this and that, but actually when I see my life is a lot simpler, a lot more responsible. Is there something else that you'd like to add?
Well, misconception wise, the biggest misconception I get here in Milpitas is some people, they meet me or they see me on Facebook and they'll just hate me.
Huh.
They'll hate me, and because I post funny things on Facebook.
Okay.
I post restaurants, I post things you see on Facebook in general, right? You go on Facebook, you see your
Yeah.
friends, you see jokes, you see memes, you see food, you see, and so I try to be a regular person with my Facebook mayor page, and so I post all these regular things. It's not really exact to the mayor job, so to
The
say.
image that the people have.
The image people have created, right?
The image, exactly, and people get mad at me, for how I spend my time. But I tell them, hey, I'm a part-time mayor, and I get paid part-time. Less than part-time, it's $20,000 a year
That is
Really?
before taxes. And so obviously I do other work in the community here to make a living. But yeah, once people find out I make $20,000 a year, and they connect that to me on Facebook all the time, they see how hard I work, not just for the city, but for our country with the National Guard. That's why I have a lot of strong supporters, because I'm doing the right things.
Yeah, I can tell you are definitely doing a lot of things, a lot of good things. What do you have plans now that you've already told us what you have done as far as especially affordable living is concerned? What do you have plans, assuming that you get re-elected?
Yeah, definitely. There's so many things to do in Milpitas, but I really stick to a short list of priorities. Continue responsible housing. We have to wait for our high school and our other schools to create more facilities and space for our young people, our students. It's just unacceptable, the overcrowding, and no one talks about it, but I'll tell you right now, on the radio, Murchie, it's a problem. But I'm
There's
very
overcrowding in schools, you're saying?
Oh yeah, our high school,
High school.
3,300 kids, the biggest high
Okay.
school in
I
the
see.
Bay Area, I dare say. and the school was designed for 1,500 students, and we get by, but families should be more concerned. But I'll tell you what, we have a great measure on this month, this November's ballot,
Okay.
Measure AA, and everybody's endorsing it. I'm endorsing it, and I really feel like with this school bond, it's going to move our city toward the top of all the top public schools in California. And we see the list.
Yeah.
And again, I love Milpitas. I'm a product of Milpitas schools. I went on to do great things, and so that's pretty much the number one priority. It's the responsible housing. We got to let our school district perform and execute their strategy. The second one is landfill odor. There's a lot of talk in the landfill odor. I know in the Indian community here, certain members of the community are pissed off. I'll say that. And I've been there and I've seen things, and I'll tell you what, these lawsuits and litigation, it's not going to work. And the only way we're going to stop this landfill odor is if we use technology. I've spoken with atmospheric scientists here in Silicon Valley, a number of startups. These atmospheric scientists go to polluted cities like Beijing, and they use the technology to capture the air quality. So that's what we have to do here in Milpitas. It's going to cost some money. We're probably spend $500,000 on technology to capture the pollution. And once we do, there's no denying pollution and the particles in our public health. Another thing is weed abatement. Milpitas is looking nasty with all the landscaping. We need to clear out everything and put in new landscaping. We need to take control of roadways that may be controlled by the county or the state. We need weed abatement.
Yes.
Another thing is the traffic. Traffic's bad in every single way. It's coming into Milpitas.
Yes.
It's in your neighborhood. The speeders,
Right.
the race car drivers can't have it, and so we need to hire more police because right now we don't have enough police officers. Like at least I've known living here so long, and so that's another reason I'm trying to slow down the housing because once that BART station opens up over there and those houses open up, and we have the same number of police, well, guess what? Less time in your neighborhood, more time over there. You see what I'm saying? And also, I did a traffic calming plan. I grew up in the streets of Milpitas, riding my bike, playing football, basketball, shooting hoops. And these cars these days aren't going any slower; they're going faster.
Right.
And we need more paint on the ground. We need more reflection stands, even street lights, bulbs to really slow down the drivers. And we read about it every now and then in the news. Someone got hit and run, and I have a number in my mind. I count every time someone dies, and I take it very seriously. My job is to make sure no one dies, and I'm not afraid to say it, right? And so, and then the utility rates, right? And you're a resident here, so the water rates are looking to go up, and there's a little politics behind that. The garbage bins are new. We're paying more for less. We're paying more for less, and I think we had other options at the time, different bin options, different contract options. But we have this contract now for 15 years, so my job is to ensure that you're getting what you're paying for. Even the bins, and we're working with the company to get it right. But the Milpitas Beat newspaper put out the video. Garbage bin went upside down, and you separate all that stuff, and it's going back into the wrong side, and that defeats the purpose. So those are some of the priorities I'm working on. Those are the same priorities that I had going back to 2016, and we moved forward on many of those issues. And I think if I get another term, well, first of all, I need it. I couldn't solve everything in one term, but
one term is very short.
It is, and I'm much more experienced now. When I first came in, I'll be quite honest, I was new. I didn't know certain people. I didn't know certain places. I didn't know certain things. But I'm thinking of me. I'm a quick learner, and over time, I'll continue to specialize on these issues like a laser. I want to attack every issue like a laser.
Sure. Go for it. We give you full support.
Thank you.
And if I have to pass a bill, let's say I want to improve the transportation, or I want to have a low income accommodation, housing, how easy or how difficult is it? How many different departments that you have to run this bill through to actually pass it?
For affordable housing?
Mm-hmm.
So how it works is we have affordable housing right now. We have affordable housing units in Milpitas right now. I
Yes.
think we have about 1,300
Let's say
units.
you want to add a clause to it. You want to make it a little bit more friendlier.
Mhm.
You want to make some amendments to it.
Uh-huh.
If you have to pass that bill, let's say under your name, what are the different processes or departments that it has to go through in order to get passed?
If I'm trying to track a question here, so if we were to add new units,
Yeah, let's say.
let's say that. Let's do that one.
Yeah.
So,
We'll always want more,
yeah, and that's
yeah.
what I'm doing. That's what we're doing now. So it'd be great information for the public. It all starts off with an affordable housing fund in the city, and we actually had about $8 million in it when I took office. However, we weren't really charging the housing developers as much as we should have. I think we're charging 5%. Had we charged 15%, we would have had 3 times as much money. We had over $20 million. That would have been great, you know. But going forward, you know, we got it right. So when, let's say, a new development comes in, I know Milpetians have seen a lot of it. I know, and it's sad because it was such a wasted opportunity for affordable housing, right? We had 7,000 units over there by the mall, and we're only charging 5%. And a lot of times people pay to get out of it.
Yeah.
And now imagine if we had 15%, let's say 15% of 7,000 units were affordable, we'd have, you know, I'll say 1,000 affordable housing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You know, but instead we have 0.
Mm.
And the current affordable housing we have now, the wait list is 3 or 4 years for those units, and we haven't done anything since 2011, which was, you know, that's many years ago. So, so these new developments are coming in, and they'll go ahead and pay the 15% going forward, and that money, because oftentimes developers pay to get out of the actual units, and that way send the money over to our fund. And so that money will go into a fund. Let's say we have, for example, $10 million now. That is enough money for us to work on a new affordable housing development or complex. I'll call it an apartment complex because that's what it is. And so right now we're working on a 101 unit apartment complex. 100% of it is affordable housing price. Yeah, over by the BART station. It's pretty cool, and I'm supporting it. But here's the thing that I think residents really need to know. The city's not paying for the whole thing. It's a lot of money.
Sure.
You know, $50 million, for example. But the city will chip in 2, 3, 4, 5 million. And with affordable housing, it comes from multiple different sources. So you'll get money from the county. The county has a Measure A fund that's supposed to go up towards $1 billion. We voted on Measure A in 2016, so we just got $16 million from the county of Santa Clara.
Nice.
Yeah, and so you see where the pie pieces are going. And then, you know, we're looking for private investors also, if you know any. And then, you know, other ways too, whether it be the state or even the federal government. And then you bring all the money together, and that's how affordable housing works in Milpitas.
What advice do you have for youngsters, the numerous MHS fans of yours who
Oh,
are
yeah.
actually tuned in? Do they have to take the STEM path to get into engineering, medicine, whatever, or go into, or be that, or also be a politician, take up the public service path? What kind of advice do you have for kids who are still in high school?
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to the Milpitas Trojans watching on Facebook Live or at home on the radio. You're missing out. We're over here at the radio station having a blast. But yeah, definitely my piece of advice is just continue to put heart into what you're doing. It could be anything. Just keep having heart with the time that you spend and the people that you spend it with. Everything will work out. In terms of your career, definitely technology. I will say technology is key. One thing I learned at New York University was the power of technology. Right now, technology is intersecting with every single
Absolutely.
industry.
Right.
And I'm an example of technology intersecting with politics. Our president right now, Donald Trump. Yep.
Yeah. He's on Twitter.
Yep. I mean, it's the intersection of politics and technology,
Right.
technology and politics, and it's about connecting with people, right? Now, whether you're standing for the right or the wrong, that's another thing to be decided. But I would say absolutely, whatever career you do, it's going to intersect with technology. Whether you want to be a comedian or a lawyer or an engineer, or even a chef. A lot of the chefs out there are on Instagram, and folks are getting famous, and you create your own content. Also, that's a strategy that I use. I create content, videos, and all sorts of things.
Yeah, they primarily started using technology as a way to market themselves, right?
Right.
And whatever they are doing,
Mhm.
they use social media to advertise, and the traditional way of marketing is all gone now.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been disrupted, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so I would say, hey, Milpitas Trojans out there, definitely keep your eye on technology. I'm sure your generation out there, you guys are the ones. I probably don't even need to tell you. You probably tell me a few things, but yeah, one thing that doesn't change is heart, and continue to have heart in what you do, because you will get to a point, if you don't have heart, you're going to look back and regret not having your heart in something.
What would be a sales pitch in order to get reelected?
Yeah, definitely. Being the mayor, people always compare you to being a salesman. But for me, I'm just a hard worker, and my pitch is to put Milpitas families first. And that's the only reason I'm really in politics and being the mayor, is to put Milpitas families first through public policy and community engagement. And residents, they know me. They'll call me out. They'll give me a little, palm to the face if I do them wrong. And I just have a lot of fun with the trust of the community, my hometown.
Good. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for
It's
that.
always nice to hear that.
Yeah, exactly. So, Vinky, did you have
hometown.
any questions for him?
No, I think he pretty much answered. The one thing I've always wondered about is, people in the elected officials, right? How do you reach out to them as a common man, coming from a small city like Milpitas compared to the rest of the bigger Bay Area cities, right? How do you communicate with the elected officials, whether it's grievances or simply to find out, what's next by way of city development, right? And you came flat out saying, hey, I'm on social media. You can call me anytime. You have an idea or you have something to share with me about. So that's great. Use of technology the right way. To always keep an avenue open for interaction with the residents of Milpitas. That's great. So
Yeah,
that was
absolutely.
my main question, actually. Because people always want to know, how do I get in touch with the mayor? How do I talk to someone else?
I
Right?
got in touch with him as simple as a phone call. There was a Nextdoor app, and it had
Yeah.
an email that said you could reach out.
I mean,
to
once
me.
you have the communication channels open, then
Yeah.
That's it. That's
yeah,
key.
that's it.
So
That's
for
the key.
people
Yeah.
who want to get in touch with you, what's the fastest, most
Yeah.
efficient way? Is Facebook the best way, or?
There's multiple ways through digital communication, but Facebook is actually the best way. Facebook, Mayor Rich Tran, like the page, follow the post. I read the comments, message me, but also I just got a new cell phone number. I got a second cell phone number, so that number is 408-755-5554. I got a good number, huh? Yeah, and so, I love Milpitas. It's 13 and a half square miles, and we could build high as, I'm not voting on that right now, but the city could go whatever direction, but it's still gonna be Milpitas. It's still gonna be 13 and a half square miles, and I'm able to drive to the studio. I'm able to drive across town and connect with people, and technology has certainly been a huge kind of platform for openness and connectivity.
I did have one follow-up question though.
Yeah, ask away.
What is the future for Rich Tran? Beyond being a mayor, let's say, do you have ambitions of becoming, let's say, a governor of California
Yeah.
or, even beyond that, right? At
Yeah.
a national stage.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for asking that, and that's really a great compliment, and I thank you for even.
You definitely have the potential. Yeah.
Yeah,
You come across as a person who everybody can relate to.
Yeah.
Every immigrant can relate to.
Yeah.
And every youngster who's listening to this program can actually relate to. You're sending the right signal, sending the right
Yeah,
message.
right.
So we'd like to see you on a bigger stage.
Oh, yeah?
National level stage.
Yeah.
So tell us what you have in mind.
Well, I'm focusing on the election a month from now, and I'm putting my heart and my soul into the community and asking for another term. I think I've done a lot, and a lot of residents have seen it. Even at the Milpitas City Hall, I've proposed policies that have garnered the vote of the council and fought through any type of politics that may exist. And residents come up to me after, longtime residents since the 1960s here in Milpitas, and they go, Rich, this is your training ground. This is where you're going to learn how to craft and politic, and what's next for you. To be honest with you, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, whether it's politics or business or technology. It's about having creative ideas. And before politics, I actually worked for a venture capital firm. I was working over at Sequoia Capital on Sand Hill Road for a short time, and that's what I was was trying to get into, venture capital, before I got into politics. And politics, it doesn't pay very well, and so I'm going to continue giving my heart out and every energy. I'm young, right? And so I'm able to, I'm not married, I have no kids, never been married, never had kids, and I'm able to give my time to everybody. But I think that whenever I do kind of settle down and maybe get married, that I'm going to have to take less time make less time in politics, and my presence won't be like it is now, which is
Got to be able to balance work and life.
yeah,
right?
absolutely. So I have sacrificed, I have sacrificed a lot of time being the mayor of Milpitas, and but you know what, I love it.
Yeah.
And if I can go back, people ask me when we go
The
back.
responsibility with the pain, but
I'll do it
worth
again. I'll do it again.
If you want to do a shout out to your mom in Vietnamese, you want to do that?
Okay.
She's listening?
Yeah. I mean, she's not listening right now. Maybe she'll see the replay. Hey, Mom. Hi, Matt. I'm actually gonna go see her after this. Or go visit her and my grandmother.
Very nice.
I try to meet with them once a week, and spend some family time there. But it's tough. It's tough being the mayor, one that's responsive to the community.
Yeah.
I actually managed to find one Chinese song where the singer sings a Tamil song. That is, I couldn't find anything Vietnamese, but this is the closest I could get. Okay, let's listen to that. and
That's
then
cool. Let's do it.
We will switch to our next guest, who is Ms. Savita Vaidyanathan. She is the council person in the city of Cupertino. We'll switch to her.
Hey, Savita, how you doing? You listening?
I'm sure she is.
I'm sure she is.
Let's listen to this, and then we'll be
Savita
back.
for Cupertino.
Yep. Tamizh Suvai on Radio Mirchi 1310. இப்போ நம்மளோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கெஸ்ட் ரிச் ஸ்ட்ராண்ட் மேயர் ஆஃப் மெல்பீட்டர்ஸ் அவரோட நடந்தது. இப்போ நம்மளோட அடுத்த கெஸ்ட் மிஸ் சவிதா வைத்தியநாதன். அவங்க வந்து சிட்டி ஆஃப் கூப்பட்டினோட கவுன்சில் பர்சன். ஜஸ்ட் அ செகண்ட். கேட்குறா? ஹலோ.
I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. I just want to make sure the listeners are also able to listen in. Let me try to see how the feedback is. So, Ms. Vaidyanathan, how would you like this interview? Tamil, English, what do you prefer?
Yeah, I prefer English. Listeners, namaskaram. I would prefer to do it in English because there are certain dates and information and a lot of websites. I would like to prefer to do it in English.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. The first interview was by Rich Strand. It was obviously
It was all in Tamil, right?
It was all in Tamil.
No.
Actually, I can hear the gentleman's voice very clearly. Sudha, the voice for the clearer later. So
Okay, yeah.
I don't know the reason.
Yeah, can you hear now properly? I am
Now you're very clear. Thank you so much.
Good. So, Ms. Vaidyanathan, although I've heard a lot about you in the Indian circle, I had a chance to meet you for the very first time in person at the ATEA Summit, American Tamil Entrepreneurs Association Summit in May, Milpitas last May. Very, very blown away by your simplicity, your Indianness, and at the same time your command over the audience as well as your passion for public service. Hats off to you for that. Your journey from Chennai to Cupertino council member is, I'm sure, not a very simple, straightforward one like what Venki or myself have had. Would you be able to walk us through your journey a little bit and how you became what you are today?
Sure. Thank you so much for the question. And we also had an opportunity. I had an opportunity to meet with you in City Hall.
Yes. Few months
and
back,
that was very kind of you to come to our City Hall. And I was also very happy to be in the Tamil Entrepreneurs the forum.
Yes.
And one of the things that I did get from there was people wanted space for entrepreneurs. So one of the things I'm really pushing for in my city is incubator space. For that, I need to thank your group. So thank you for pushing for that. So my journey started in India like most of us. I had my education there. I got married there and came here with my husband 25 plus years ago. And at that time, at least as H4 could not work. And I started doing different things in the community while raising our family. And I got back into education. I went to Piazza College to courses in business, transferred to San Jose State. I did my MBA there, and I was working for some time, helping my daughter through her schools. And as all moms do, we volunteer at the schools for different things. And I continued to volunteer in our community. I joined the boards of several organizations, all doing local projects in service of the community for health, homelessness, hunger, and many other projects for the youth, for veterans through the Rotary Club. And I went back to serve the Piazza College community because I felt that the students there really needed a helping hand. That's what I was doing in the Cupertino community, and I really enjoyed every moment of it. And coming towards maybe about 5 years ago, I was tapped to say, why don't you run for elected office? And I said, I have not the first to vote to reach that. And
especially with a math degree.
Me to do so. It's okay. Why don't you try it out? And nobody wins the first time. But we really, my family put our heart and soul into it. We knocked on as many doors as we could. And I won, and I was very happy to represent the larger Indian American community here in Cupertino.
Yeah, especially with a maths degree and followed by an MBA degree, and living in the Apple headquarters. You could have chosen a flush, corporate job, but instead you chose public life. I think it has a sense of accomplishment, a lot of sacrifice as well. But at the same time, I think more than anything else, it is just the good feeling that you're giving back all your time and everything that the community gave to you, giving it back to the community. That's right. That's what I think.
Absolutely. I feel as immigrants, we get to learn a lot from coming into a new country, which we adopt and make our own. And adding to that a patchwork of ours to the fabric that makes the community, makes the fabric stronger, makes the community stronger. And I'm very happy to do that.
Very nice, very nice. So, Ms. Vaidyanathan, we have 2018 coming up, November. We have the council election, the municipal election, and the federal and the Senate, and a lot of other elections that are coming up. Could you throw shed some light on the registration date for the upcoming elections and what it is to do the vote by mail concept?
Absolutely. I'm so glad you asked that question. Everyone is aware that there are midterm elections and they only hear what they hear on TV, which is primarily what's happening at Congress and Senate level.
Yes.
But it is really important for the local level, the local candidates, the local props and measures. And the date is the same. It's November 6, 2018. The election is held on the same date. And next week, you will get your ballots in the mail. That is beginning tomorrow.
Okay.
Especially in Santa Clara County. I can speak to Santa Clara County.
Sure.
You start receiving your ballots in the mail tomorrow. And if you are a citizen and you have not registered to vote, I really highly encourage you to register to vote. Don't let your voice not be heard. Please make sure that your voice is heard, irrespective of who you support, what propositions you support or do not support. Let your voice be heard. And if you haven't registered to vote, it's really very simple. You go to registertovote.ca.gov or you just go to Santa Clara County Register of Voters. Anybody can web search that and find the link, and you have to input your information and you will be registered. Once you're registered, you'll get the ballot in the mail, and it really takes you step by step how you fill the ballot, and you can either send it by mail and by the way, the register to vote date, the last date is October 22nd, which means it's barely 2 weeks from now.
Oh, okay. October 22nd.
And the voter by mail, you can fill out your ballot and mail it, or you can drop it off, and there'll be many, many places all over. Typically, in every city, the library has a ballot box, and you can again look up those things online at the registrar of voters. And they also have a mobile app. You can look up information through that.
Very good, very good. Could you tell us a little bit more about this vote by mail facility? If I'm guessing it is available for all of us, and if you're traveling and you're not available in your city to vote in person, so there is an option to vote by mail. Could you throw a little bit more light on the vote by mail facility?
So absolutely. Let's say you are already previously registered not as vote by mail.
Okay.
Then you to request to be so that you can vote by mail,
Okay.
and make sure that once you get the ballot, you fill in the ballot, put it inside the envelope, seal it, and sign it in the back. You absolutely have to sign it in the back.
Okay.
And then once you sign it in the back, you can either mail it or drop it off at the ballot box. Let's say you don't have the time even to do that. You can give it to another registered voter, have them sign it in the back. There is a space for that too.
Okay.
And they don't get to see how you vote. Your vote is private, only you get to see it. And once you've sealed it and signed it, then you get another registered voter to sign it, and they're eligible to drop it at the ballot box.
I see. Okay, got it. And could you reiterate the election date for the benefit of the listeners again, in case people are not aware?
The date of the election is November 6th, 2018.
Okay.
And the registered to vote, the final date is October 22nd.
So if we miss the October 22nd date, there is no way for us to vote, is that right?
If you haven't registered by 22nd, registered to vote.
Registered to vote.
I don't mean voting itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
got it.
Registered to vote is a little different from voting itself.
Got it. Okay.
You can still vote all the way until November 6th.
Okay, got it. And Ms. Vaidyanathan, what are the different propositions and measures we're talking about in this particular November 6th election?
So a few of the things topmost in most people's mind is housing and transportation. So there are many, many propositions that affect rules related to transportation or related to housing. There are some which are related to the medical policies like kidney dialysis and ambulances, emergency services. So please be aware of what you're voting. And the best guide that you can look for online is the League of Women Voters. They have a very good guide. Voters Edge has good guides. And then the Register of Voters itself has a very detailed list of propositions. And then your ballot, the one that you receive in the mail, that itself, it comes with a booklet. And the booklet tells you the pros and cons. And the best thing is always read the argument. There's an argument for, there's an argument against, and sometimes there's a rebuttal to that argument too. So it's like almost you're viewing a debate live when you read that and say, okay, I never thought of that. Let me give that some more thought. And an educated voter is the best voter. So please spend some time reading it and teaching yourself what these things are. And I always encourage people to talk to each other. Once you read upon something, divide it amongst your friends. You say, hey, there are 10 propositions. Each of you learn 1 through 10. And then have a party, do it over chai, samosas, or whatever you want. And then each of them can say what they think is the pros and cons. You are not supposed to influence anyone to vote, but you can communicate the pros and cons of any proposition.
And any of the measures that we need to be aware of, any specific measures?
And typically the measures are all at the local level. It will be your school district or your city. So depending on which city you live or school district you are part of, there may be bonds and measures that are being included in your ballot. And those are very, very specific to the city you live in. And again, you need to be aware of it. Propositions are statewide, whereas measures are citywide and school district-wide.
I see. Okay. So from what we understand, you are a council person for the city of Cupertino. Who are the other candidates along with you that are standing for this position, and who are the mayoral candidates?
No, in our city, I know you just spoke with Mayor of Milpitas, Rich Tran, before. And in Milpitas, you run for the mayor in the city of San Jose, Fremont, San Francisco. You actually run your elections for the seat of the mayor. In our city, in Cupertino, and many of the cities our side, you run for city council. So this election is for city council, and we are 8 people running for 3 seats. We have 2 incumbents, and there is 1 open seat.
Okay, interesting. Okay. And where do I get more info about this particular election? Anything over the measures, propositions, the dates and details, especially the propositions and measures and the candidates especially. Where can I get more information?
Yeah, just what I was saying earlier. You can look up votersedge.com or League of Women Voters, or the Santa Clara Register of Voters itself on their front homepage has a list of everything. And then, of course, the booklet that comes in the mail to you has all the information.
Oh, okay. I just want to play a song that my team chose just for you, Savita. Please be patient, and then we'll get back to you with some more questions.
Okay, thank you.
உலகத்தின் ஓசை
தமிழ் சுவை on ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310. நம்ம இன்னைக்கு ப்ரோக்ராமோட ஸ்பெஷல் வந்து அமெரிக்கன் மிட் டேர்ம் எலெக்ஷன்ஸ், பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்க மோர் ஸ்பெசிஃபிக்லி கவுன்சில் லெவல் முனிசிபல் எலெக்ஷன்ஸ் பற்றி நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஸ்பெஷல் கெஸ்ட் வந்து இன்னைக்கு ஏற்கனவே ஒருத்தர் வந்திருந்தாரு. பட் இந்த கரண்ட்லி வி ஆர் ஸ்பீக்கிங் டு மிஸ் சவிதா வைத்தியநாதன்.
இந்த பாட்டு 36 வயது நிலை படம் இல்லையா? ரொம்ப நல்ல இன்ஸ்பிரேஷனல் மூவி.
எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. அவங்களுக்காகவே மிஸ் சவிதா வைத்தியநாதனுக்காகவே ஸ்பெஷலாக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்ட பாட்டு. மிஸ் வைத்தியநாதன், are you still with us?
Thank you so much for choosing this song especially for me. நான் படம் பார்த்துட்டே ரொம்ப வருஷமாயிடுச்சு because I've just been focused so much on work with relation to the city. But I understand that the song is from a movie where there's a woman who becomes an entrepreneur despite a lot of opposition. And thank you for choosing that song for me. Thank you so much.
It's not easy. I wanted to ask you some specific general advice, I should say, not specific advice. What would the advice be for you for women, especially immigrant women who want to enter the American political scene?
I've been asked this question many times. The first thing I say is you need to understand the community that you live in. Treat it like home, not like an Airbnb. You have to feel that.
Okay.
You have to feel that this is home, and you need to get involved in your local community. Figure out what's happening in your own city. Every city publishes an agenda of what's happening in the next council meeting, and every city has commissions. There are commissions that are parks and rec, there's library, there's pet, there's public safety, human rights, or you name it, there's a commission for it. And that is because all these positions are voluntary. People volunteer to be part of the commission because they have core competency. It can be a tech commission. It can be a team commission. So whatever is your core competency, see if there's a commission that's aligned to that and apply for that. And get involved in that and figure out what is the agenda. Everything is, almost every city has everything online. Some of them even stream their meetings live. So it's very easy to know what's happening in the city that you live in. Get involved at that level so you know exactly, you're prepared for what you're thinking of going into. And especially, let's say you have, you want to see an inclusive playground in your city. Do the research for that. Figure out, is there an ideal location to have an inclusive playground? Maybe you have a child that has special needs and you would like to see an inclusive playground in your city. Maybe you have a friend who has child with special needs. Or you just want to support that cause.
Sure.
Then you need to do all your research on that and see if your city is aligned towards creating space for something like that. And nothing happens overnight. These projects take time. But it's always good to be involved. Let's say you feel that you want to encourage more kids to walk and bike to school. See if you can be involved in that commission. And then of course, you can always run for council elections, which is a more long drawn out process because you actually need to work very hard and run for an election, which is what we've been discussing in the previous segment.
Sure. Nikki, do you have any specific questions for her?
Savita, one thing I was curious about is, your past leading up to becoming a council member in Cupertino. If you had to list top 5 events that took you to where you are now, that'll be good to know for listeners as well as myself.
So you think that the top 5 events that led to my decision?
That's right.
Okay. So as I was saying earlier, everything that I was doing had to do a lot with things that I did in my community, and it was all focused on the community and the needs of the community. Other than that, I could say my education and my work experience, both in India and here, was that of an educator, and then of someone who was an entrepreneur, helping entrepreneurs, especially women entrepreneurs. Helping women entrepreneurs was really so elevating because one of the things we did was to help women who were starting a business very similar to your own business So it was not seen as a competition, but was seen more as more the merrier, and you help the woman really learn the roots of the business. And along the way, I picked up many, what should I say, mentors who nurtured me and said that you can do more, strive harder, strive for the stars. And those have been kind of I would say the stars that led the path for me.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ms. Vaidyanathan. You have any closing comments and anything else that you want to pass on to Tamizh Suvai listeners?
What I would really like to tell the listeners is please register to vote and get out your vote. Make sure you either vote by name or on the date of the election, which is November 6th. Your voice needs to be heard. We as a community need to make sure that we are out there voting and encouraging all our friends to vote.
Great. Thank you and good luck to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Good night.
Right. Neergle, a quick song and then we'll make some announcements. நேர்களே வெல்கம் பேக். தமிழ் சுவை ஆன் ரேடியோ மிர்ச்சி 1310. கண்ணை கட்டி கொள்ளாதே, கண்டதையெல்லாம் நம்பாதே. அந்த பேலட் பேப்பர்ல என்ன எழுதிருக்கோ நல்லா பார்த்து படிச்சு ஓட் போடுங்கன்றாங்க இருவர்ல மம்முட்டி.
நாடிகள் எல்லாம் தாகூரா அப்படின்னு நம்மள பார்த்து சொல்றாங்க.
ரெண்டு அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட் பண்ணிடுறேன். சாஸ்தா ஃபுட்ஸ் வந்து ரொம்ப ரொம்ப மாசமாக எங்களுக்கு நிறையவே ஆதரவு கொடுத்துட்டு வந்திருக்கு. அவங்க வந்து நவராத்திரி வந்துட்டு இருக்கு. நவராத்திரி ஸ்பெஷல் தாம்பூலம் கிஃப்ட் பேக்ஸ் வேற வேற கான்ஃபிகரேஷன்ல விற்கிறாங்க. ஒன் ஆஃப் த கான்ஃபிகரேஷன் வந்து ஒரு தாம்பூலம் கிஃப்ட் பேக்கில் வந்து ஒரு மைசூர் பாக், முள்ளு தேங்குழல், பிளாஸ்டிக் லீஃப் செட், பீட்டில் நட், ஒரு ஐடல் எல்லாமே 529க்கு கிடைக்குது. இது மாதிரி சின்ன சின்ன வேரியேஷன்ஸ் உள்ள இந்த கிஃப்ட் பேக் shastafoods.com போனீங்கன்னாக்கா கிடைக்கும். SHASTHA foods.com அங்கே போனாக்கா you'll be able to get a little bit more details. வேறு வேறு கான்ஃபிகரேஷன் என்னெல்லாம் விற்கிறாங்கன்னு தெரியும். நீங்கள் கட்டாயம் போங்க. நவராத்திரி வேறு வருது. தவிர்த்து நவராத்திரினாக்கா கொலு பொம்மை இல்லாமல் இருக்குமா? ஸோ அவங்க அதே சாஸ்தா ஃபுட்ஸில் வந்து கிராண்ட் எக்ஸிபிஷன் அண்ட் சேல் ஆஃப் நவராத்திரி கொலு ஸ்டெப்ஸ், படிகள், சில பொம்மைகள் விற்கிறாங்க. எங்கனாக்கா அதே சாஸ்தா ஃபுட்ஸோட வேர் ஹவுஸ் தான், 2207 ரிங்வுட் அவென்யூ, சான் ஹோசே, கலிஃபோர்னியா 95131. நீங்கள் தாராளமாக அங்கே போகலாம். அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் தேவையில்லை. சாயந்தரம் 8 மணி வரைக்கும் திறந்திருக்கும். நாளிலேருந்து ஆரம்பிக்கும் போல இருக்குது நவராத்திரி. ஸோ தாராளமாக போங்க. சாஸ்தா ஃபுட்ஸ் ஆன்லைன் ஆர்டர் பண்ணுங்கள். குயிக்காக நெக்ஸ்ட் டே டெலிவரி. நீங்கள் சான் ஹோசே ஏரியாஸ், பே ஏரியா இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா நெக்ஸ்ட் டே டெலிவரி கூட கிடைக்கிறதுக்கு வாய்ப்பு இருக்குது. ஸோ shastafoods.com நீங்கள் அந்த தாம்பூரம் பேக் வாங்குறீங்களோ, இல்லாட்டா கொலு படிகள் வாங்குறீங்களோ, அங்கே கிரி ட்ரேடர்ஸ் வச்சுருக்காங்க ஸ்டால், இல்லாட்டா கொலு பொம்மைகள் வாங்குறீங்களோ, திஸ் இஸ் த டைம், ப்ராப்ளி த லாஸ்ட் ஃபியூ டேஸ் லெஃப்ட். போய் டச் தான். வெங்கி, உங்களுக்கு என்ன அப்டேட்ஸ்லாம் இது இருக்கா? அப்டேட்ஸ்
ஸ்போர்ட்ஸ். ஆமாம், ஸ்போர்ட்ஸில் இங்கே பே ஏரியா ஸ்போர்ட்ஸுக்கு கொஞ்சம் நல்ல நேரம் இல்லைன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஏதோ அந்த சுக்கர தசை, இந்த தசைன்னெலாம் சொல்லுவாங்களே, அந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒரு தசையில் தப்பான திசையில் போயிட்டு இருக்காங்க அவங்க. இது ஃபுட்பால் சொல்கிறேன். NFL வந்து ரெய்டர்ஸும் தோத்தாச்சு, 49ers தோத்தாச்சு. Between the two of them 2 win இருக்கும் டோட்டலாக 10 கேம். So it's been pretty bad scene. இன்ஃபேக்ட் கேட்டிங்கனாக்கா இந்த ரெய்டர்ஸும் 49ers சேர்ந்து ஒரு சப்ப பவுல்னு ஒன்று விளையாடலாம். சூப்பர் பவுலை விட்டுருங்க, விளையாடி யார் வின் பண்ணுறாங்களோ அவங்க தான் மோஸ்ட் சப்பைன்னு வச்சிடலாம். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி நிலைமையில இருக்கு. அதை தவிர மேஜர் லீக் பேஸ்பால் பிளே ஆஃப்ஸ் இஸ் ஆன் கோயிங். அதை பற்றி நமக்கு கவலை இல்லை, ஏன்னா நம்ம பே ஏரியா டீம் அதில் எதுலேயும் இல்லை. யாங்கீஸும் ரெட் சாக்ஸும் அடிச்சுக்கிறாங்க, மற்ற டீம்லாம் விளையாடுறாங்க. பட் நம்மளோட கொள்கை என்னென்னா, நமக்கு நம்ம பே ஏரியாவில் எந்தெந்த டீம்லாம் நம்ம வெறுக்கிறோமோ அவங்கெல்லாம் தோத்துடணும். ஸோ அந்த படியில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பீட் எல்ஏ ஒரு தீம் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் ஆன் கோயிங். டாட்ஜர்ஸ் ஷுட் நாட் வின். சீஹாக்ஸ் பரவாயில்ல, அவங்களும் தோத்துட்டாங்க. நீங்கள் நினச்ச மாதிரி அவங்களும் தோத்தாச்சு. ஆனால் பீட் எல்ஏல ராம்ஸ் வின் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. அதனால நீங்கள் அதை ஒன்றுமே, அது நியூட்ரல் ஸ்டாண்ட் தான் எடுத்துக்கணும் அந்த மாதிரி கேம்ஸ் எல்லாம். So everybody, at least in the Bay Area, everybody is looking forward to basketball. NBA season is about to start, and our Dubs are expected to repeat. This is the repeat ஆகும் போல இருக்கு. ஸோ அந்த எக்ஸ்பெக்டேஷனில் எல்லாம் ஒரே பரபரப்பாக பேசப்படுறாங்க. மற்றபடி ஹாக்கி ஆரம்பிச்சாச்சு. நம்ம சான் ஹோசே ஷார்க்ஸ் எப்பவும் போல ரெகுலர் சீசனில் they will be ஜமாய்ச்சிருவாங்க, போஸ்ட் சீசன் வந்தால் கவுத்துருவாங்க. ஸோ yet another season will start on them. So that is the sporting news.
நீங்கள் பர்த்டே விஷஸ் சொல்லணும்னு நினச்சிங்களே உங்கள் அப்பாக்கா?
ஆமாம், பர்த்டே விஷஸ் என்னுடைய டியர் ஃபாதர் மிஸ்டர் ரமணி. He's turned 84 today. 84 and still looking like a youth.
Happy birthday, Mr.
Happy birthday.
அவங்களோட பேசச்சே தெரிஞ்சது தட் சிவாஜி கணேஷ் நேத்திக்கு அக்டோபர் 2 வந்து
ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து அவரோட பர்த்டே, செகண்ட் வந்து he passed away இல்லையா?
நேத்திக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னாக்கா நம்ம காந்திஜி, காமராஜர் அண்ட் லால் பகதூர் சாஸ்திரி பற்றி நம்ம பேசணும். ஒரு பெரிய தமிழ் சினிமாக்கே ஒரு பெரிய மகான் சிவாஜி கணேசன். நேத்திக்கு அவரை பற்றி பேச வாய்ப்பு கிடைக்கலன்னா நாங்கள் வி ஜஸ்ட் ஓவர்லுக். நம்ம பொலிட்டிக்கல் அரேனை பார்த்து சிவாஜி கணேசன் சார் மறந்து போயிட்டோம். ரொம்ப ரொம்ப மன்னிச்சு விடுங்கள். இந்த பாட்டு
லால் பகதூர் சாஸ்திரி பற்றி அவ்வளோவா பேசல. ரொம்ப சிம்பிள் மேனா. இன்ஃபேக்ட் even by the actual physical stature, is supposed to be a very short and simple man போல இருக்கு. பட் அந்த மாதிரி ஒருத்தர் வந்து என்னுடைய என்னுடைய சொந்த இதுலன்னு சொல்லணும்னாக்கா என்னுடைய மாமா ஒருத்தர் வந்து he used to be in Canada. He's no more unfortunately, but he actually met Lal Bahadur Shastri way back, obviously, right? ஸோ அப்போ பார்த்தப்போ அப்படியே தகைச்சு போயிட்டாராம். என்ன இவ்வளோ எனக்கு இவரை பற்றி எவ்வளவோ ஸ்டோரிஸ்லாம் வரும். வாட் அ கிரேட் லீடர் ஹி வாஸ் அண்ட் வெரி ட்ரூத்ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஆனஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஆல் தட். பட் அந்த மாதிரி இருந்தோம்னா ஒரு கற்பனையில் அவர் இப்படி தான் இருப்பார் பார்க்கறதுக்கும் அப்படின்னு நினச்சிட்டு இருந்தார். வெரி லைட்லி பில்ட், relatively short, and but என்ன பெரிய ஸ்டாச்சர் அவர். இந்தியன் பாலிடிக்ஸாக இருக்கட்டும், வேர்ல்ட் வைட், he was a big man.
கரெக்ட். இன்னும் நிறைய பேர் நீங்கள் ஃபேஸ்புக் மூலயமா தான் தெரியுது யாரெல்லாம் லாகின் பண்ணிருக்கீங்க, யாரெல்லாம் எங்கள் ப்ரோக்ராமை லைவாக கேட்குறீங்கன்னு. ஞானம் பாண்டியன், தயாளன் கெனடி, அப்புறம் திஸ் இஸ் ஸ்கூல் டைம், ஐ எம் நாட் ஏபிள் டு வாட்ச் ப்ராப்பர்லி, ரொம்ப சாரி. பிரபு மணி, சீதாராம், அப்பர்ணா, பவித்ரா பார்த்தசாரதி, சிஏ ஸ்ரீதர், ஹாய், அச்சு தனந்தன், குர்ப்ரீத் சிங், ஹலோ இருக்காரு, ஹலோ குர்ப்ரீத் சிங் ஜி, லேகா சங்கலா, வெஸ்ட் மில்பிட்டர்ஸ் மேயர், வி ஹேட் எக்ஸலன்ட், சிவசாய் ராம், ஜாய் நவரட், ராஜேஷ் முத்தையா, ஹனுமந்தாச்சாரஸ், தினேஷ் நந்தகுமார், தீபா அனந்த் நாராயண், செந்தில்குமார் சிவகாசி, உமா சுப்பிரமணியன், ஹேமா மாலினி, சுமித்ரா ராகவன் தம்ஸ் அப் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. தேங்க்யூ ஆல் ப்ரோக்ராமை தொடர்ந்து கேட்டதுக்கு. இந்த பாட்டோட ரொம்ப ரொம்ப எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச பாட்டு, சிவாஜிக்கே ஒரு 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 சிக்னேச்சர் சாங் இது. இந்த பாட்டோடு நம்ம ப்ரோக்ராம் நிறுத்திக்கலாம். டைம் கிடச்சாக்க வில் ஸ்பீக் ப்ரீஃப்லி அபவுட் சிவாஜி அண்ட் திஸ் லைஃப். வெல்கம் பேக். கொஞ்சம் டைம் இருக்கு, இன்னொரு அனௌன்ஸ்மெண்ட் பண்ணலாம்னு நினச்சேன் நான். நேற்றுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் தெரியும், நம்ம வந்து மகாத்மா காந்தி, காமராஜர் அண்ட் லால் பகதூர் சாஸ்திரி அவங்களோட ஹிஸ்டாரிக் ப்ரெசன்ஸை பற்றி நம்ம நிறைய பேசினோம். கவிதாசன் வந்தார் அண்ட் என்எம்கே சார் வந்தார். ஒரு ஸ்பெஷல் காம்படிஷன் நாங்கள் தமிழ் சுவை சார்பில் ஓப்பன் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். என்னன்னாக்கா என்னோட ஃபேஸ்புக் பேஜில் போஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். உங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக் ஆக்சஸ் இல்லைனாக்கா அதுக்காக உங்களுக்கு இன்னொரு சொல்கிறேன். Calling all Tamizh Suvai fans to submit a sketch of Gandhiji or an original writing about Gandhiji or how his teachings apply to the modern world in not more than 250 words. Please submit your entries via Facebook. உங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக் இல்லைனாக்கா நீங்கள் தமிழ் சுவை @radiomirchi1310.com இமெயில் வழியாக கூட நீங்கள் சப்மிட் பண்ணலாம். என்னன்னாக்கா ஒரு காந்திஜி இல்லாட்டா காமராஜர் இல்லாட்டா லால் பகதூர் சாஸ்திரி ஒரு ஸ்கெட்ச், வெறும் பென்சில் ஸ்கெட்ச், பிளாக் அண்ட் ஒயிட் ஸ்கெட்ச் பண்ணி அதை நீங்கள் ஃபோட்டோ எடுத்து நீங்கள் எங்களுக்கு ஃபேஸ்புக் வழியாக நீங்கள் அனுப்பலாம். இல்லாட்டா நீங்கள் ஆர்ஜே சுதா ப்ரொஃபைலுக்கு நீங்கள் டெக்ஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம். இல்லாட்டாக்கா மெசஞ்சர் மூலிமா பண்ணலாம். இல்லாட்டா நீங்கள் வந்து தமிழ் சுவை TAMIZH SUVAI @radiomirchi1310.com அதுக்கு நீங்கள் இமெயில் மூலமாக நீங்கள் தொடர்பு கொள்ளலாம். இதர் ஒரு ஸ்கெட்ச் இல்லாட்டா ஒரு லெட்ஸே ஒரு ரைட்டப்னாக்கா அவங்களோட வாழ்க்கை எப்படி, அவங்களோட எக்ஸாம்பிள் வாழ்க்கை எப்படி நம்ம வாழ்க்கையில் இன்னும் எக்ஸாம்பிளாக இருக்குது, எப்படி நம்ம நடைமுறை வாழ்க்கையில் எப்படி இல்லாமல் நம்ம வி கேன் ரிலேட் டு இட் அது மாதிரி கொஞ்சம் எழுதினாக்கா லெஸ் தென் 250 words. தட் வில் பி வெரி வெரி அப்ரிஷியேட்டட். 2 ஏஜ் கேட்டகரி நாங்கள் அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். 5லேருந்து 16 வயசு வரைக்கும் ஒரு கேட்டகரி, அப்புறம் 16லேருந்து அடல்ட் வரைக்கும் ஒரு கேட்டகரி. இங்கே உங்கள் பேர், உங்கள் ஃபோன் நம்பர், ஒரு அட்ரஸ் போடுங்க, ஒரு உங்களோட ஏஜ் பேருங்க போடுங்க. நாங்கள் எந்த கேட்டகரியில் நீங்கள் இருக்கீங்கன்னு பார்த்து நாங்கள் அதுக்கு தகுந்த போல் நாங்கள் ப்ரைஸ் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூஷன் பண்ணுறோம். இங்கே லோக்கலாக இருந்தீங்கன்னாக்கா நீங்கள் தாராளமாக எங்கள் ஸ்டுடியோவுக்கு வந்து எங்களோட கோஹோஸ்ட் பண்ணலாம் ப்ரோக்ராமை. நீங்கள் எந்த வயசு இருந்தால் கூட பரவாயில்ல. அதை தவிர்த்து சர்ப்ரைஸாக ஒரு ப்ரைஸும் உண்டு. என்ன ப்ரைஸுன்னு நாங்கள் அடுத்த வாரம் சொல்கிறோம். நாங்கள் ஆக்சுவலாக இன்றைக்கி தான் அந்த டெட்லைன் சொல்லியிருந்தோம். ஆனால் இந்த எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம் ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு. அடுத்த சாட்டர்டேக்குள்ளே நீங்கள் கட்டாயம் இதை நீங்கள் அனுப்பலாம் உங்களோட கேண்டிடேசியை. உங்களுக்கு சொல்ல விரும்புகிறீங்களா?
250 வேர்டு நீங்கள் அதை வந்து கவுண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்களோ?
இல்லை, ரொம்பலாம் கவுண்ட் பண்ணுவோம், தோராயமாக.
அதுக்காக வேண்டிய ஆனால் எல்லாரும் வேர்டெல்லாம் சேர்த்து இது பண்ணக்கூடாது.
கரெக்டு. அதுதான் நேர்களே, இன்னி ப்ரோக்ராம் இந்த பாட்டோட இருக்கலாம். இந்த வாரம் ப்ரோக்ராமை மீண்டும் அடுத்த வாரம் புது டாப்பிக்கோட சந்திப்போம். ஹாப்பி நவராத்திரி அண்ட் ஹாப்பி வாட் எவர் இட் இஸ். என்ஜாய் பண்ணுங்க வீக்கெண்டை. குட் நைட்.
அசையும் அகிலமெல்லாமே நாம் அசைந்தால் அசையும் அகிலமெல்லாமே அறிவாய் மனிதவும் ஆணவம் கேட நான் அசைந்தால் அசையும் அகிலமெல்லாமே அறிவாய் மனிதவும்